If there is one story about this Fort McMurray Giants season, it's that been close, but not close enough. After a phenomenal win that looked like it could really kind of push things in a positive direction, yesterday's game went to extra innings, and the Giants were unable to pull out the victory. What will happen here today? Well, the great thing we can note is that they were able to go toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the WCBL. How's that going to look for the rest of the season? Well, we're kind of at the point where we're just going to wait and see. Players will make their way up into the system, kind of like a tryout in a lot of senses, and we can kind of see what we can build going on into the future, as well as having a heck of a time here at Legacy Dodge Field. My name is Graham Mosman. We're going to get you set with starting lineups and the game coming up here in just a quick moment.
Hitting second, the right fielder, number 34, McMurray. Then third, number 27, the first baseman, Gavin Hanks. Cleanup hitter for the Warriors, number 10, playing second baseman, Dale Salinas. Hitting fifth is today's Bruce Lee's beer batter, number 5, Josh Henson. Josh Henson does not make the first base. Beers on sale, 2 for $10 for draft beer bar on the first pitch of the next Giants at bat. Hitting sixth, the shortstop, number 11, Nathan Houston. Hitting seventh, left fielder, 28, Nick Stinson. Hitting eighth, number 3, center fielder, Ash Nichols. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 47, Aiden Kilshaw. Pitching for the Saskatoon Berries, number 22, Eric Gager. Josh Braxman at first base, Quanchi Ron Shuchuk, and at third base, MJ Willis.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
And now it's time for your Cloverdale Plate starting lineup. Leading off your Fort McMurray Giants, center fielder number 5, Jason Avila. Hitting second, playing shortstop, number 17, Carson Young. Hitting third, playing first baseman, number 18, Braden Dyke. Cleaning up, number 13, second baseman, Gita Fujino. Hitting fifth, designated hitter, number 36, Rhett Hodges. Then the right fielder hitting sixth, number 22, from Fort McMurray, Alberta, Ethan Mayo. The seventh hitters are third baseman, number 29, Hudson Wilson. Number 20, catcher, is hitting eighth, Caleb Graham. Number 9, hitting is left fielder, number 19, Josh Fisher. And let's make some noise for our starting pitcher from Canary Islands, Spain, number 8, Diane Gonzalez.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
At this time, we would ask you to please rise if you are able to remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
You are going to see some new names in new places as we get set here for game number 2 of this 2-game set as the Saskatoon Berries are in town against your Fort McMurray Giants. Good evening, my friend. I am Graham Mosman. So excited to have you here. Giants lineup as follows. Center fielder, number 5, Jason Avila. Shortstop, number 17, Carson Young. First baseman, Braden Dyke. Number 18, second baseman, number 13, Keita Fujino. Your DH tonight is Rhett Hodges, who was handling catching duties yesterday, number 36. Ethan Mayak, number 22, in right field. Third baseman, Braden Wilson. Number 28, newcomer Caleb Graham, your catcher, and the number 20. And left fielder Josh Fisher, number 19. They are your batters 1 through 9 with Dan Gonzalez on the bump. You can see him warming up in front of you right now with Aiden Marine first up here for the Saskatoon Berries. Now, been a good run here for Aiden Marine as he'll be batting leadoff here with maybe not the best numbers that we've seen kind of jump off the page in his season, the 267 and an on base of 387. Was held hitless in one of his last starts, but did end up putting a couple runs in against the Energy City Cactus Rats a couple games back, as well as the Swift Current 57s and Brooks Bombers. And it's an early 2-strike lead for Gonzalez, but that one gets to the outside. Ethan Murdoch, who was the person to kind of seal this game up for the Berries yesterday, waiting in the wings. That one will be bounced down for a foul. 1 and 2. There's the throw. There's the swing. And Dan Gonzalez with the early strikeout to get out number 1 up on the board. First start of the year for Gonzalez, the righty. 13 innings. 15 hits. 10.8 ERA. But when you take a look at some of his runs, he had a tough out against Swift Current, but had a heck of a game in a quick 17-pitch performance against Moose Jaw, which is difficult to do in the best of times. Pardon me, getting caught up in my notes here. It's actually his second start of the season. Did go 6 innings deep against the Okotoks Dogs back at the start of June. That one's going to go up and be ground in the outfield. And it's 2 up, 2 down as Ethan Murdoch is denied. That's going to swing by as Panks can't get anything onto it. Struck out twice yesterday. Here's the 1-1. Did have himself a 3-hit night when the Berries were taking on the Lethbridge Bulls last week. Tough to do against that Lethbridge pitching staff. Count is 3-1. 2 down for the Berries. No one on. Top of the first. Here's the throw. There's the swing. And that's going to be popped up into left field. Oh, and it does drop. And that will be a first base on the board on the left field error.
Now hitting number 10, Gail Salinas.
We'll see how that one gets scored. Now it looks like we're just calling it a single. That is absolutely one that the Giants left fielder Josh Fisher wishes he would have had back. No damage done yet. 2 down. There's the throw from Gonzalez. It's right up high for the ball 1. And this is Gail Salinas. Josh Henson's going to be waiting in the wings. 1-1. Ouch. That's the 5th hit by a pitch from Dan Gonzalez on the season.
Now it's time for today's Bruce's Beer Battle number 5.
Through 301 pitches.
Nominated first base, beers on sale, 2 for 10. Jared Earhart on the first pitch of the next Giants at bat.
Panks is up to second. Salinas takes his first, and Josh Henson in now. There's the throw. There's the swing. That's going to be fouled off. Throw outside. There's the 1-1. Gonzalez been a very much a character guy on this particular Giants team. If you want to go follow the Fort McMurray Giants Instagram page, had a Speaking English with Diane segment that was deeply silly and very fun, but you know, it's stuff like that, and you can really see when guys get to kind of interact and work back and forth with one another, that even though the season is in an not most ideal space, guys are capable of having a heck of a good time. I mean, ideally, so many of these players, they head back home, whether it's to Puerto Rico or down south or hanging right back here to Fort McMurray until they go back to their schools and play youth sports. Here's the throw. There's the contact. That's going to bounce past third base and out into the outfield. 1 run is going to come home. And the relay isn't going to be there. Throw to third won't be either. So first run comes in on the board, and it's runners on the corners. A valiant effort from the left fielder and Fisher, but in that case, you probably want to go and at least try to get one out and get the person on third rather than try to hurl that one all the way home. So probably be a learning moment there for Mr. Fisher when he gets himself back to the dugout. Yeah, as you can see, the catcher, Caleb Graham, making some adjustments and announcements as he gives defensive instructions. There's the throw. There's the swing. That's going to bounce and will go foul. Sounds of Tarzan Boy echo through Legacy Dodge Field with Nathan Houston up at the dish. Giants just need that single out here. Throw from Gonzalez. Houston finds contact. Another run is going to come home as that finds open space. Relay not going to be there. It is 2-0 Berries.
Number 28, Nick Stinson.
$294 for Nick Stinson. Had a 2-run appearance against Energy City earlier this week, as the Berries got to experience the Energy City Metro Ballpark right there on the edges of Spruce Grove for the first time. And interesting to hear some player thoughts on how that ballpark's been going. Swing and a miss, throw to second. He will be safe. 1-1. That one's going to foul way off. Now our fifth batter after the Giants were able to get a quick 2 outs on the board. That one's going to go up. Oh, the jump and the grab. How about that? Is leaping up to snag that one. Caleb Fugino from second base. How about that? We'll take a quick break and be right back. You are watching the WCBL only here on FloCollege.
Yo, that's the one.
You going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
Northeastern State University, number 5, Jason Avila.
Jason Avila back in this Giants uniform. Nice to see him back, as had spent a little bit of time away and hasn't had the most consistent season I think that he was necessarily hoping for. Definitely someone who was hoped to be relied on. As that one's fouled off for the 1-0 or 0-1, pardon me. Got walked 3 times but had an RBI double. And a stolen base yesterday. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for Avila.
Your Giants, number 17, Carson Young.
Merrick Yeager, only in his 5th appearance for the Berries, gets Carson Young swinging there. Looks like this might be the second start of the year for Yeager as that throw goes outside and pulled in a 3 and a bit inning performance, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits. 5 runs on 6 hits earlier this season against Moose Jaw. And a 3-hit 1K run against Weyburn way back at the start of the season. So I have not seen a ton of work this year from Merrick Yeager as that ball goes way outside. Count goes to 2-2. That one's going to go out. Slide into first or second. Not going to lie, having a bit of a sleepy day here, my friends.
Number 18, Brandon Dyke.
Carson Young able to get his way all the way up to second base. 1 out with Braden Dyke locking in now. Well, Yeager hasn't had a ton of work this season. Does have some pretty impressive laurels on him, though. One of the, I believe, the first player to ever move from the Berries U18 Academy up to the WCBL squad. Has been a selection of the Toronto Blue Jays Canadian Futures Showcase where he got to go pitch at Rogers Center. There's the throw. There's the swing. That's going to tip off for Braden Dyke. Hard to believe Yeager is just 19 years old. He'll go down swinging.
FloCollege, number 13, Keita Fujito.
It's going to go down as the strike one for Fugino. Runner in scoring position, so a single here would cut into the lead, but that's going to be an easy bouncer. Throw to first. Fugino can't beat it, and that is going to do it for inning number one. We head to the top of the second with the Berries up by a pair.
Now batting, number 3, Nash Nichols.
And back we go. Nash Nichols. Swing and a miss. 1-1. "21 pitches now for Gonzalez. Only one strikeout, and that was on his very first at bat. It's going to tuck inside for the 2-1. Going to go way up. Foul territory. Can they get to it? Oh, it's going to fall just short, as it does end up out of play despite the best efforts of Gonzalez and the first baseman, Braden Dyke. Two and two count. Fans here at Legacy Dodge Field very excited to have some spots of shade as the sun curls its way behind some clouds here. Contact with that one. A bouncer. Throw to first. It goes wild, and where's it going to go? Trying to slide back. He does, in fact, get there. Almost looked to take off around the corner, but a whole bunch of gobbledygook is players are working out new players in their slots. Either way, it's all the result in and Nash Nichols single. That's ball one. And Kilshaw working his way through this Gonzalez at bat. That one's going to go way up and be fouled away. Keep an eye out for Nichols as he loves to throw on that undercover superhero speed as he bolts off to second. Slide! Can't get there. As he will be safe.
Now batting number 14.
Strike one for Aiden Marine. Barry's off to Gulls Stadium tomorrow for an evening matchup against the Gulls. We'll have a repeat game on Sunday before heading back to Saskatoon on Tuesday to take on the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Another steal there as Nichols gets ahead. No hits, but Nash Nichols has gone his way to third base. Count is 1-2. Gonzalez. And that's a balk. Wow. That's okay. Alrighty. Well, there's a empty bases, no outs, except for that first one. So 1 out. I'm a little flabbergasted, to be honest with you. That call took a long moment. Ball 2. You think after he brought the foot up, brought it back down, that they would call it right there, but nope. Caught, thrown, out he goes. So 2 down here. As Ethan Murdoch is back. That one's going to go up for Murdoch. And despite the score on the balk, that's going to take us to the middle of the second, where the Giants almost get out unscathed, but still it's a 3-0 lead for the Berries going into the bottom of 2. We will take a pause and be right back. You're watching the Stringham Law presented WCBL right here on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Leading off for your Giants, number 36, FloCollege. Now batting, number 22, Ethan Maya.
And just like that, Red Hodgins gets us going. Quick little single off to left center, contact in the first one that he sees. With Ethan Mayak locking in. Count goes 1 and 2, and it'll go to the 2-2 there for Mike. Braden Wilson waiting in the wings. And they're going to say he pulled around on that one. The crowd unimpressed. Those are some grumpy fans. Not stoked. It's like that balk really set people off. I get it. I was a soft balk. Throw up top for the ball one. Couple swings go by. And we're at the 1-2. Still not quite on with our pitch radar speed counter, but always making improvements in the ballpark. There's the throw. 2-2. That's going to do it for Braden Wilson. So Caleb Graham going to come up for the very first time in a Giants uniform. My mistake is I poked through my notes here. Caleb Graham, first time up in a week or so. Five hits on the year, only a handful of appearances. Two and two with two down for Graham. Runner on first. That one's well outside, and this count goes to full. That one's going to hit the ceiling. Brand new dent up top. As the first base concessions going to have to pick their hearts up off the floor. 2 down, 1 on, a 3-0 lead for the Berries here in the bottom of the second. Eric Yeager with the throw. Doesn't go all the way around, and it's a walk. Yeager to second. Or Graham to second. Yeager on the bump, and Rhett Hodgins to second. There we go. Mostly there. Barry's already 4 hits. Only 1 recorded error as well. Josh Fisher going to contact that one as it fouls back. Contact there. It's going to go up into the middle. Can he beat the throw? Wow, what a play there. That's as good of a defensive effort as you are going to see as any other time. I'm banking on that runner getting to first, but not quite there. Out is recorded. We head to the top of the third right here on FloCollege.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
Leading off for the Saskatchewan Berries, number 27, Gavin Hanks.
Just like that, 3 pitches, 3 outside balls. Not going to be there, as that one goes way up. Here's Gail Salinas. Throw to first. Got him. 2 up, 2 down.
And now it's time for today's Brucey's Beer Battle. Number 5, Josh Henson. If Josh Henson does not make the first base, beers on sale. 2 for 10 at the draft beer bar for the first pitch of the next Giants at bat.
Exact same spot as in the first. Josh Henson was able to break this one open and pop in a couple of runs. That one gonna go to first, and it's 3 up, 3 down. And Jason Avila is gonna face off against Merrick Yeager coming up right after this.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Back into it with the 0-2. Well, there goes Avila. Carson Young up now. One and two. As we got bubbles in the stadium. We got bubbles. That one's going to go. Throw to first, and unable to break through are these Giants hitters. Almost feels like through this inning there's some kind of force field that's been set up in the infield that only affects thrown baseballs. Or at least balls that bounce off of a bat. Braden Dyke up next, 2 down. Strike one. Make it strike two for Braden Dyke. 34 strikeouts on the year. One of the few players who appear in almost every single game for the Giants. $20 RBIs on 36 hits. Once again, what do we say? The force field, it is up in full force. Balls are not allowed to leave the infield for whatever reason. Maybe when we move to the top of the fourth inning, someone will turn that force field off and we can get some offense going. We'll be right back after this.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Number 11, Nathan Houston.
Two and two, and the force field is down as Nathan Houston sends that into the outfield. It's a hit. By gum, it's a hit. Gonna have a steal. Can't hang on to the ball. Houston gets there. One, two. That one's going to go on into center. Can't quite get there. Run's going to come home. The relay going to be a bit behind the play for nothing Berries. As Nick Stinson sends that out to center with Houston coming all the way home. Start to see some action in the Fort McMurray bullpen. Nichols going to send that one up. Easy throw to first, and your first out of the inning is on the board as Stinson makes his way 90 feet from home. That one's going to go way up in foul territory. Almost able to grab it, but not quite there. As Aiden Killshaw goes 2 fouls in. That's going to bring another run home as the pitch goes well outside. 2-2. 5-0 Berries. There's ball 3. There's Dan Gonzalez. And 3 innings, only 2 strikeouts, 70 pitches deep. That one gonna go off and into left field. Just about a perfect hit there. Coach Cooper is going to check on in, and we will take a quick pause right after this. That one's going to foul off for Marine. Killshaw gets the steal right before that. Down he goes. Got him. Second out of the inning is Dan Gonzalez going to hang in there a little bit longer. Back around once again to Ethan Murdoch. Two down for Murdoch. First strike on the board. .393 for Murdoch. .70 hits on the year. And 2 yesterday. And then 1 each of the last handful of days before that against the Cactus Rats. 2-2-2. Not sure what he's signaling for. Looks like the Heat might have been getting a Dan Gonzalez here. He needs some water. That would be my best guess. It's certainly not a cold evening here at 25 degrees. Very slight breeze, but I'm gonna call this a coaching visit, I guess. We're gonna see how it gets scored here. Well, now we're back in. Weird run. Foul off. No throw outside, and Murdoch will walk. And that is going to do it for Dan Gonzalez. Caleb Paquette's going to check in here with 2 outs on the board and 2 runners on. We'll take a break and be right back here on FloCollege.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
There's the throw. There's the bouncer. And that is going to do it for the inning as Gavin Panks will go down in 3 pitches as Paquette gets his first victory on the mound. Victory in the whole micro of all the games. Well, anyway, we're going to the bottom of the 4th. We'll take another quick pause and be back.
Hitting for your Giants from Saskatchewan, Japan, number 13, Keita Fujino.
Keita Fujino. Gonna find contact there, but it goes right to the first baseman, and first out's up.
Now batting for your Giants, designated hitter number 36, Brett Hodges.
Swing is 1-0. 2-0. As both those pitches from Merrick Yeager find their way inside. That one gonna go off into left field, but the defensive play is there, and it's 2 up, 2 down as Rhett Hodgins flies this one out with Ethan Mayak, who spent some time pitching yesterday, up. Once Merrick Yeager's season is done here, he is heading off to the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Bit of a change up as he spent this spring with Hutchinson Community College. Foul off to the outside. One and two here for Mayak. There's the throw right down the middle. That's strike number 3, I think. No. Oh, no. All right. That's okay. Still on 2. That one's going to foul. Now he goes down. I was just a bit psychic before. We'll be back with the top of the 5th coming up next.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Quality start there as Gail Salinas flies out immediately as Caleb Pacatma is on the mound. That one's going to go way out to deep center. It drops. And Josh Henson looks like that ball actually bounced out of the field. So it's going to be a ground rule double. That pitch goes well outside, and the runner is going to make his way to third base. As Paquette gets Houston. That one's going to go. Fly out to left center, makes the grab. Throw is going to go home, but another run comes on in. Sack, fly, RBI as Josh Henson gets home. Just working some stuff out here. Looking for an explanation. Okay, it looks like we're going to have some edits here, so that run will not end up counting. Interesting. All right, well. Going to have runners on the corners. 2 outs with Nick Stinson here. So 1 out on the board, runners on the corners, 1 and 1. And Cooper is going to come out once again. And the exact rule reference here, I imagine. That'll be a foul. You're not fully sure how that all shook out, but I mean, either way. Quick little steal there. There's the throw, there's the swing, and down goes Stinson.
Now batting, number 3, Nash Nichols.
Swing and a miss there for Nash Nichols as he gets his first strike on the board. Contact made there. Throw is going to go to first. Got him. Damage is limited to just the 5 runs currently on the board as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Merrick Yeager taking on Braden Wilson. Coming up as Dylan Cooper checks in again with the umpire. I am so curious. Would love to be a fly on the wall in that one. Here's some contact. Running off to first. He's not going to make it. Braden Wilson out. Strike one for Caleb Graham. With Josh Fisher in the wing. Gonna get that one. Finally, a hit for the Giants that goes into the outfield as Caleb Graham gets himself on the base. Here's Josh Fisher. Been with the team since July. And Laserbeam goes outside. Another one outside. But that'll go in for the strike. And the strikeout for Josh Fisher. Here's the throw. That's strike one from Jason Avila. 8 hits for the Berries, 5 of them on runs, and that one gonna stay inside. Throw will go to first, and that'll do it for the inning. We'll take a break and be back top of the 6th up next here only on FloCollege.
Leading off for the Saskatoon Berries, number 47, Aiden Kilshaw.
And that pitch goes way outside as Caleb Paquette is going to be locking in. A 2.38 ERA through 145 innings over 3 years with the AHP Academy Renegades. Different level of ball here, of course. But he is off to Garden City Community College after this season. There's your strike. Aiden Kilshaw for the Berries. Gets absolutely everything on that one. Is it going to go? It's going to fall just inside. They're going to pick that up off the warning track. It's going to be a triple, potentially more. Bouncer of a ball can't get there. Aiden Kilshaw triples that one to deep center field, and Aiden Marine is going to be up next. Count 2-0 for Marine. It's going to foul off, pulling the count to a 4-2, 3-2. Going to have a walk. Runners on the corner with Ethan Murdoch. And Dylan Cooper now, coach of the Giants, checking in with the
Now batting, number 34, Ethan Murdoch.
That one's going to go way off. Doesn't have the legs. It'll fall out the warning track. Sack fly. Runner comes on home. Kilshaw gets in for the score. Aiden Marine probably smartly holds it off on first base.
Now at the plate, number 27, Gavin Hanks.
That one's going to be up in the air by Gavin Panks. Easy grab.
Now batting, number 10, Gail Salinas.
Salinas has that one go past for the 1-1. A fly out last time he was up. A ground out before that, but hit by a pitch in his first moment at the mound, and that's going to foul off. Stolen base there for Aiden Marine. Three to the count. Salinas walks.
Now it's time for today's Brewski's Beer Battle, number 5, Josh Henson. Josh Henson does not make it to first base. Beers on sale, 2 for $10. Grab your bar. For the first pitch, the next Giants at bat. Your beer battle, number 5, Josh Henson.
Contact there as Josh Henson gets another one. That's going to be over and bounce off the fence. That's a 3 RBI home run. 9-0 Berries. Foul off there for Houston. Chopper to third, throw to first, and that will blissfully bring us to the middle of the 6th. We'll be back next with Carson Young and a new pitcher for the Berries. Tell you all about that after this.
sponsor, Play Alberta, offers 3 ways to play all in one app. Casino, sports, and lottery. Leading off for your Giants, number 17, Carson Young.
There's Carson Young. Oh for 2 on the day. Did end up getting on base on a throwing error. And a ground out before that at the end of the 5th. That's a foul way up in the air. That one's going to go up into center field. And it's going to be an easy grab for the first out of the inning. From Dallas College of Brookhaven, the Baytown, Texas freshman. That is 6'2" Clay Mixon. 17 appearances with his college team, 8 wins, 1 loss, 3.71 ERA with 59 kills. And he's had himself a heck of a season with Brookhaven, and now plies his trade up here with the Saskatoon Berries. Throw up top. Braden Dykes patient. Here's another foul. So we got a full count. Another foul up. Seven pitches, 4 fouls, 3 outside. That's going to go throw to first. Down he goes. First pitch to Kata Fujino, and that's going to drop. The third hit of the game. Giants. Brad Hodgins is back. Ball one for Brett Hodgins. He'll let that go by for the ball, too. Two outs on the board. And the first strike. Swinging a miss for Rhett Hodgins. As that's going to take us to the bottom of the very bottom of sixth. And now we head to the top of the seventh with Pelham Staten coming on out here for the Giants. Nick Stinson will be up next.
Now coming to pitch for your Fort McMurray Giants, number 31, Pelham Staten.
Leading off for the Saskatoon Berries, number 28, Nick Stinson.
Strike one for Pelham Staten as he is in, and that'll be his first throw also. That one's popped way up and grabbed in the outfield. So there's your first out. Ash Nichols making his way in. One here. Nichols gonna let that go by. Strike number 2. There he goes. 2 up, 2 down for Pelham Status. And Killshot makes his way back up. Gonna take a pop look into the out-of-town scoreboard. As that one is fouled off. Moose Jaw looks to restart up their winning ways. They 4-2 lead over the Mavericks at the top of the 7th. Dogs 6-1 lead over the Bombers at home at Siemens Stadium this weekend. Regina Red Sox and Sylvan Lake Gulls in one of their first matchups since the WCBL final from last year. Top of the 7th there. The Gulls, the 3-run lead, 8-5. And the Bulls in the 57th, bottom of the 6th, narrow lead. There's a single run. As Swift Current is kept in the fight here. It's a 5-4 lead for the Bulls. That's going to get him swinging and dropping. Third out on the board. Bottom of the 7th is coming up next here on FloCollege. 1-2 the count. Carter Kopp on the bump. That's not the most baseball name I've ever heard. I don't know what is. Out of the SXU Cougars. That one way the heck up into the air and got him. Great play there by the catcher. And Zayden Kilshaw was there to make the play. Hudson Wilson gets everything on that one. It's going to fall right into the gap. And Hudson Wilson gets himself on. This might be a double play here. There it is. Got him. 1 and 2. And just like that, this inning comes to a close as we head to the top of the 8th. Barry's a 1-run lead at the moment. Or a 1 run away from a mercy rule at the moment. So if the Berries put up one more run and the Giants can't eat into it by the end of the 8th, that will be ball game. Trying to prevent that happening. Hellenstatten will be up after this.
Now batting for the Saskatoon Berries, number 14, Aiden Marion.
Hellenstatten gets Marine to foul off. Throw to first. Got him. Heck of a defensive play there.
Now batting number 34, Ethan Murdoch.
That one's going to go up into center. Murdoch normally able to send that one, but looks like it is only going to be into a glove, and that is 2 outs on the board.
Number 27, Gavin Hanks.
Foul and a strike on the first two. As Gavin Hanks is up once again as the pitch contacts the runner. On he goes.
Number 10, Gail Salinas.
Two-0 here for Gail Salinas. That one's going to go up into center field. Got him. We will head to the bottom of the eighth with Josh Fisher and Carter Kopp.
The number is 10563610. Again, for $775, the number is 10563610. Pick up your prize at the Giant Sweatshop. Giants, number 19, Josh Fisher.
Josh Fisher facing off against Kopp. Had a 1.46 ERA last year, building on his 2.2 the year before. And that throw goes to first. Got him.
Hitting for your Giants from Northeastern State University, number 5, Jason Avila.
Fouling a ball there for Fisher. Or Avila, pardon me. Avila with the 1-1. Gonna get that one going off into left field. Oh, what a grab! Wow! Leaping up into the air and snagging that one. What an individual effort there. What a play from Nathan Houston. I just want to get one more look at that because my goodness. Just unbelievable. Carson Young now 1-1. Gonna send that way up. Way up. Down it goes. 9-0 for the Berries as we go into the 9th inning here on FloCollege.
It's time for today's Brewski's beer batter number 5, Josh Henson. If Josh Henson does not make it to first base, beer is on sale 2 for $10 at the draft beer bar for the first pitch of the next Giants at bat. Your Brewski's beer batter, Josh Henson.
Pelham Staten facing off against Josh Henson. 1-0 there. Two and two here. If the Berries do get a run in, that will be a ball game. Foul's going to go way up and over. Here's the walk. One on. Top of the ninth. Foul off. With another foul. We're just going to keep going. Marathon at bat here. Now that could have gone either way, but we're going to have one out on the board. Josh Henson not going to make it to 6th.
Number 28, Nick Stinson.
One. As Nick Stinson fouls that one back. This count is going to go to full. And that walk is going to push a runner into scoring position. Tons of activity in the Fort McMurray dugout. As coaches head up to the mound, will this be the end of the night? Well, no changes. Stanton's going to hang in there. Runners on 1 and 2. It's going to bump us up to a 2 and 2. That one's going to go up. Easy grab out in center field for out number 2.
Now batting number 47, Ian Kilshaw.
Oh, and 2. That's going to go off into foul territory, chasing it up against the wall, but it'll bounce off, and they cannot make the grab. That one's way up and inside for the first ball of the at-bat. Another foul as that one goes way up as we're 5 pitches deep. Took a good 8 pitches, but hey, got there eventually. Or did we? Nope, that's another foul. A little too quick on the button there. Another flyout. My goodness. 4 fouls, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Kilshaw gets it on that one, but that is going to be another fly out. And we will head to the bottom of the 9th. 9-0 for the Berries.
New pitcher for the Saskatoon
to the plate for your Giants, number 18, Braden Dice.
If there's anything that the Berries lead the league in, aside from being able to score a lot of runs, it is players with cool names. Welcome to Reed Beck, as he helms things. Cloud County Community College. Nine appearances last year, but has absolutely settled in, as he is very well beloved. Coming into this one out of Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, is that'll be sent up the middle for Braden Dyke. Beck is a long-standing name in the short history of this Berries franchise, as his older cousin, arguably the best player in Berries franchise history, Carter Beck. Ken Fujino flies that one out. Carter Beck. Actually drafted as the highest ever player from Saskatchewan in the MLB draft. 26th overall to the Atlanta Braves. Honestly, the whole Beck family, a real testament to the development model that's really been growing here in the WCBL. Carter Beck to his last 2 years, 24 and 25 with the Berries, and now Reed going to carry on that legacy. Brett Hodgson's going to ground out there. We have 2 outs on the board for Ethan Mayuk. Hopefully in the same way we've seen Max Zabrowski's success in the MLB, always a testament for the Edmonton Prospects / Cactus Rats organization. We'll see the same here for the Beck family. Reed Beck trying to keep an eye there on Braden Dyke. Bolts to third, is going to beat any throws. 1-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth. 9-0 lead for the Berries, and that throw will go outside. 2-2. Foul off there. And there's your walk. With Hudson Wilson in now. There's a strike one for Hudson Wilson. Ethan Mayuk on the corner. That one goes wild. Chance to come home. Braden Dyke comes on in. There's a run on the board. Much to the joy of this Fort McMurray crowd, the hangers on here are rewarded with a run coming on home. That pitch wildly outside. Another outside pitch. Hudson Wilson maintaining in. The throw, chopper, that one goes throw to first, and ball game. The Saskatoon Berries take this one 9-1 the final. And they're going to head down the road to take on Sylvan Lake tomorrow. Games are not coming to an end, though. We're going to keep on going.